white ball. My old girlfriend's call. White, big ball. In the college students, babe, I would do it. In the dealership, she cool people. Me and Jim Jones on the phone, true people. Tell you what, good people. How we doing? How we feeling? What's this, Wednesday? Hump day? Would you believe? Kids your mom. Right with the R. Big Gates. Amen. Oh, good people. No, that's not wrong. Call me crazy, you probably are. You don't know how much a thing costs. What a chain costs. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. But we here. We here. Try to jam. Well, that's about it happened. Care less about what happened. When we fell, I was back in. By the boots on, get tired at the same time. So the group, man, ain't got items on the same line. And
Hey.
hot.
Wonderful.
Miss
How are
Lady,
you, Antonio?
how you doing? I am good. I done got hot for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm gonna make it do what it do.
It was
I'm good
very
though. I'm
eventful.
good.
It
How was
was
your day? How
always
was your
on the
day?
menu,
Yeah.
schoolwork, working on that
Okay.
dissertation and assistant stuff.
Woo-hoo! Ouch! Listen, it was a time in my life where Antonio Wright was about to become Dr. Wright. And once I saw and noticed the amount of money it takes to go back to do that, we just put it, we put it in the archives. We put it in the archive. Yeah. We might revisit it another day in life. But when the time comes, I don't want my daughter to pay that back because I'm gonna be gone by the time they get the first payment out of me. But we're not gonna go there tonight, okay? We're not gonna go there. Welcome to the Wright Mentality. We appreciate you for being here. We thank you. I just want you to know, I think it took me about 8 months to get in contact with you, to get you on the show. I'm just letting you know. I probably added you 2 months ago, but I exaggerate a lot. But yeah. But I mean, you here now, right? You here now. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So, like I said, welcome to the show. I appreciate you for getting back to me. I think it's my own insecurities of when I see somebody that got over 10,000 followers, I'll be like, they ain't gonna talk to me. Why would But they told me you only miss the shots that you don't take. So here we are. So I'm taking this off because I'm hot. So, Wright Mentality, we here. The title of the show, Good People, is When in Doubt, Don't Give Up. So, I know you as Coach. How would you
I'm
like
just
to
gonna introduce myself to people as Jennifer because I'm a whole person that happens to be a coach. I have other things that I happen to be, but I'm Jennifer.
Okay, fair enough. You can call me Antonio, Mr. Wright, the Wright Mentality, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay. So, thank you for coming on again. Now, for me, when it comes to self-doubt or having no motivation, or I just feel like I can't do this right now, I came up with this title because I hear a lot of people on a daily basis that feel as if I'm just tired, or I don't feel like it right now. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. So I feel like in life, right? We get thrown boulders, stones, rocks, arrows, trucks, and cars at us every day, right? Don't know where they're coming from. How is it that
Oh
you
my
feel like
God, the
that
grace
you
of
dodge
God.
or hurdle
I
through
mean,
every
if I'm going
obstacle
to
in
be
life?
completely honest, it's the grace of God because, like, we all have different
Yeah.
circumstances, but there's a common denominator in all circumstances, and it's struggle, right? So, since we all have, that
Yeah.
in common, we should approach things in that way when dealing with other people as well. So just know that everybody has their own struggle, their own battle. God,
Okay.
it says, he won't put more on you than you can bear. Your story is your story. So it's like
Yeah.
being
Yes.
able to know that you own your
Yeah.
story. You got to own your story. And in owning your story, you
Mm-hmm.
then have to drown out noise,
Yeah.
right? Have a lot of noise. We call it's just noise, whether
Yeah.
it's other
Yeah.
people, or it's things, nuances of life. That's noise as well. It is
Mm-hmm.
noticing, recognizing those nuances, tuning them out, staying present. Because once you're in a
Yeah.
difficult time or circumstance, you have to look at your forest. I mean, you have to look at your trees and not your forest at that moment. Because if you look at your forest, you're going to get anxiety, you know? You're
Mm-hmm.
going to get anxiety. So you have to stay present and
I,
take it one
I
day at a
agree. Yeah.
time.
I
And
would agree.
also, that exhaustion will come, especially when you're looking at your forest. So when that exhaustion comes in, you have to make a
Yeah.
decision and say, am I going to allow my self-limiting beliefs stop me from doing what I need to do? Because right now my body says that I'm tired, or my mind says that I'm tired. My soul says that I'm tired. But in those
Yeah.
moments, you may have a little bit more you can push yourself
Mm-hmm.
through, because just stopping is not an option, even if you're crawling. And some days you can't. Let's just be honest, you can't. And those are the days that God says rest. Rest is a spiritual
Bye.
discipline. A lot of people don't think about it like that, but that is literally a
Yeah.
spiritual discipline. God says, all right, let me just, you tired, I get it. Let me go ahead and just be like, you know what? You ain't got to do that today,
Yeah.
but don't forget about it. So it's discipline.
Yeah.
It's discipline.
Exactly. Yeah. And that to me, I gained my discipline from the age of 12. So I take it back to 12 because that's when I started working out, right? I think it was just I had my stepdad, and he had a halfway house where, he would bring guys in off the street, help them out and all of that. One day I noticed he had a bench in the back. I would always look at it. I'm like, what is that thing right there? So the guys would go back there. I was seeing, pushing up the weights, and I'm like, I went out there. I said, it was like, come on, man, get up on here. Let me see what you can do. So when I got under there, I started pushing in. I'm like, yo, this hurts, but I like the feel of it. So when people ask me, like, man, how you get so big? My mom calls me the Hulk for some reason. Um, but she calls me the Hulk, and she was like, how you get so big? Discipline, consistency. It takes a long time to achieve something very great, whether it's your body, your mind, a business, a home, whatever it is in life. It takes consistency and a very long time. Now, don't get me wrong, some people may be able to obtain it overnight. If you want that microwave effect, some people take the microwave effect, with the BBLs and all of those types of things. We're not getting into that, good people. We still focus. So yes, consistency, right? And just being determined. So I would tell people when they would ask me like, man, how do you get up every morning? I get up at 4 every morning. How do you get up every morning that early? I just put in my mind that I got to go use the bathroom. As long as my feet hit the ground, I'm up. I'm not going to lay back down. I'm not going to lay back down because my body won't allow me to. So that tells me, okay, let's go to the gym. Let's get up and let's read a couple of pages in this book. Let's meditate. Let's do something productive because it's only 24 hours in a day, and I don't want to waste any of these hours lollygagging or not doing anything productive. So let me be consistent with my workout plan. Let me be consistent with this business model that I'm working on. Just something that I can keep doing to promote myself, to keep going, to keep prospering in life. That's why I feel like a lot of people fail at is, let's not say fail, but stop. They halt themselves from becoming better than they can be because they feel like you said, I'm tired. My mind tells me I'm tired, so let me stop. Let me quit. Let me give up right now. And you have more in you than you know. So much more. And it's those days where people say, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like going to work. That's the day that you have to go because it could be a person there that needs you that day that only can hear a word from you. Like today, I got a word from my job. I wasn't expecting, but it just came as one of my clients' families told me, like, I really appreciate you. Like, you somebody I didn't know that we needed. And it's like, it's days that I don't, want to go, but I have to because I've been called to do this. I have. So let me go out here and give. I can't hold this within me. I can't keep all of this. I got to give it out to people. What I'm going to do with it? Stare myself in the mirror, But I have a very serious question. Now, I do my research on every guest that comes on the show, right? I did some on you, of course. Now, from coaching to competing to, throwing and kicking people around on their jiu-jitsu mat, how is it that you keep going? What out of doing all of this? What keeps you going?
Being the example. That's what keeps me going. A lot of people feel like, well, I can't do something or, or being told by other people that they can't do something. I have always been that person. Don't believe me, just watch. Like, for real. Like, for real. Like, no, you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot do. I have always been that person.
Yeah.
Even as a kid. Like, why I got to sit in the back? Let me get on way in the front. Like, no, I'm trying to hear what's going on. I'm trying to see what's happening, right? Yeah. So what keeps me going is doing things that are taboo. Doing things that I am interested in, because some things that are taboo, I'm not interested in doing. But there are things that I'm interested in doing, like, I've been skiing, I've done, skydiving, out there.
I saw like you just out there,
on
like,
top of that, like over the age of 40, joining the military. Like, who does that? Yes, I am a member of the U.S. Army Reserve.
You did what?
I am.
Okay. All right. Nice. So it's just, for me, I would say, because I don't even know how many hats I wear, right? I'm a dad. I'm a therapist. I'm a friend. I'm a son. I'm a motivator. I'm a podcaster. Like, Tonio, what do you do and people, you know, they want to know, how do you maintain, how do you keep your mental health intact? And it's like, for me, it's the gym, honestly. Like, when I walk through that door, there's so many people in there, but all I see is myself. Because I know I'm coming in here to better myself. I'm in here to better my mental health and to push myself to a place where I want to be at, or I didn't even know I could get to. So just wanting to self improve and be better than I was yesterday. So who knows what,
Bitch.
adding 10 more pounds than I did yesterday, or what's the last time I did
Regular.
mine? Now, we talking about incline or regular? Regular, I think I can bend. Now, we trying to get to the 400 club.
Oh,
The last
wow.
time I did
That's
regular, I think I was at
nasty.
385. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, we trying to get to the 400 club.
Okay.
Now, at incline, I'm at 365.
You know what?
So, I
Getting a
mean, I just
spot
need
can be rough
maybe if they had a
sometimes. Just
spot,
like,
but, you know, I don't like asking people for help.
it's
It can, especially if they sweating and it drip on you and then oh, okay, yeah. So, but yeah, it's just me self-motivating, because I feel like you have to self-motivate. You have to tell yourself, like, today I got to do this. Today I got to get up. Today I got to move. And for me, I don't like being stagnant or stuck in one place for a long time. So I have to self-improve. So this year I told myself, I'm going to read a book. Just one book. I don't care what book it is, but I'm going to read a book, because I told myself last year I would read a book. I bought a book. I didn't
try
crack
audio,
the
friend.
seal on
Try
that book.
audio.
So, listen. And what's crazy is I drive to my clients all day long. And it's like, this is your time right now. But that's the time I take for myself to listen to other motivational speakers, to listen to other podcasts, or if I just want to turn up and just listen to some music. I'm not trying to listen to no book while I'm taking a road trip. So, you know, yeah. So I'm gonna try. I have been told audio is a little bit better.
I personally believe, like, as we grow older, our
One day at a
attention
time.
span gets closer to a 2-year-old. So because our attention span gets shorter, we get to do things, because holding a book, like, bro,
Yeah.
like, really, like, I'm not even gonna lie. When it comes to my
Listen,
doctoral program, when I was actually taking
it's
classes,
too much.
if I was looking for the audio, I was a textbook, and some I found audios for, and some I didn't. But once I had audio, like, it was clutch.
Yeah.
It was so clutch.
Oh my goodness. If I had it in my master's program, oh my goodness, I would have been okay with every single class. But no. And you know, they don't want you to do that, because they want you to buy the books
Collecting them.
that
I
you
still
will
have books
never
from
use.
undergrad.
Yeah.
All of them. For real.
Exactly. Like, all of
like
them.
collecting. It's like, this is my little
All of them.
library.
They just sitting there. I mean, hopefully my daughter may want to go to school for what I went to
They're gonna be
school
new
for.
books. They're gonna have like the edition.
Never mind. By that time,
right.
they're
Right.
gonna have tablets.
Right. They're not even gonna have.
It's gonna be tablets or robots by the end. So yeah, ain't no need. I'm gonna just hold on to them. So yeah. So now, motivate versus motivation, right? Of course, we need both. To motivate,
Between motivate and motivation.
could it be a difference between those two?
So the way that I see it with motivate and motivation is, one is external and one is internal. To motivate, that to me would be more external. Because like, let's say, you know, your following looks at, you know, the stuff that you do. They can become motivated by that. So they're looking at that as motivation for them internally. So it is, yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah.
One's external and one's internal. So it's like I could see something that you do like, man, I'm really motivated to try that, you know? Or but then I will then have to create the motivation within myself to do it.
True.
You know,
Okay.
you picked up what I was putting down.
I see what you did there, ma'am.
Great question,
I
by the way.
did.
Like that was,
Okay. I like that though. So it's
I had
like, to
posted one
me,
today about self-respect and pride. So what's the difference between the two? It's a fine line. It's really a fine line between the two when you think about it, because yeah, and that goes to also not quit, you know, when not giving up on things. It's like, do you have the self-respect for yourself in that moment to be like, you know what, this ain't it? Or is it the pride of, man, I got to keep going just because, you know, or maybe I dial back just because, you know? So it's similar.
Exactly. Look, that is, I would have never thought about that though, like to distinguish those two from one another, because they do sound very similar, but a lot of people hold pride to
right?
a high
And that's the
value
only difference
because
in
we don't want to let it go.
the differentiating word or whatever.
That's
ego.
it.
One has ego and one doesn't. Self-respect is grounded in your character, and ego is grounded in self-seeking things that it's no purpose in that but to serve you and you only. But self-respect serves everybody, even if you serving them lessons. Okay.
Exactly.
Hand them out.
Very true. I tell people what grandma used to say.
But some people don't.
If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Oh well, I'm telling the truth.
Self-respect.
No,
Let me respect myself. Thank you. I feel like those are the talkers, or like the powerful people are the talkers that know everything and want to say everything, and like, listen, I ain't asked you to say nothing, but you just want to hear yourself talk.
Though. Like,
that's what it is.
All we do is listen.
But hey, who am I?
Listen.
Yeah.
When you listen,
oh
my God! To me, I consider it like a game. Like I'm like, ooh. Because you give them the opportunity to expose themselves. They want to talk anyway, so let them.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you. There's a distinguished difference between that too. It's a difference between listening and hearing. You can hear what I have to say, but are you listening to me? And I say that, oh my goodness, I don't know how many times I say that a day to these kids that I work with. Now, I hear you, Mr. Wright. But are you listening? Because it's a very slight difference. Because if you listen to what I have to say, you can actually use what I'm telling you. But if you hear me, it's going in one end, out the other. Go
into active, passive listening, and you got so much in that, you know. So, listen to learn and not to respond. Yes.
Exactly. Listen to learn, not to respond. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like people want to hear what I have to say. So you hear what I'm saying, but it doesn't always mean you got to say something back to me. So every reaction does not require it. Every action does not require a reaction.
So it's like sometimes
it just doesn't.
You just gotta sit back on that thing and be like, oh, okay. My favorite thing is interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like you said, a lot of people don't realize if you sit and listen to somebody, they'll feed you a whole bunch of lies that they don't even know that they're saying. But yet, when we call it reframing, I'm going to give you what you just said. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it backwards and give it right back to you. So it's like, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. I'm just changing your story exactly the way that you said it and giving it back to you a different way. Nah, I ain't saying it like that. No, you didn't. But I'm saying
And
exactly
no,
what you
it is
just said. Let me
literally
stop.
like
This ain't a
you doing
therapy
you
session.
doing a you on them, and it's like, wow. Like, one thing, that's another thing with the listening piece. Make sure you hear their exact vernacular, because when you hear their exact vernacular and you regurgitate that, refrain it. Hold on, bro. Look.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Magic.
It's like I said that for real. Yeah, you did. That's what happens when you focus and listen to what somebody is saying to
it's
you.
like, you know, in coaching, we
Come on, let me stop.
we refrain in questions. Because our whole purpose is to allow the client to figure out their own issues, right? Or own blockages or own whatever they have, right? So you you make sure that when you are paying attention to them, you listen to them, and then you give it back to them. They're like, oh, wow, really? But it hits different.
Like, I'm saying exactly what you just said.
And that's that magical moment as a coach or therapist. You're just like,
really does.
I did my job.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So it's like it's not that you needed to come to talk to me and tell me these things, but it's like you need somebody on the outside looking in to hear what you had to say and give it back to you in a different manner. So listening to you and hearing what you have to say, boom, let me take that. I'm going to serve it right back to you on a silver platter. Oh, man. I guess if I take it the way that you just said it and I'm get up tomorrow, maybe 5 minutes earlier, I can get to work on time.
And make sure you let them know that it's their
That sounds
idea.
like a great idea. You know, let's try that.
Yeah, that is your idea.
Yes, absolutely. It does. It only makes sense sometimes unless you're hearing it from somebody else. So I tell people, if I'm talking to you, me and Jennifer, we talk every single day, and all you hear is what I have to say, it's not going to hit differently until you hear from somebody else. So it's going to always come from a different place from somebody else versus coming from the same person all the time. Or if you're talking to yourself all the time.
Listen, you
can talk yourself
subject matter expert. You the realest person you know, right?
And you won't even know it.
But being the realest person you know, sometimes you need a consultation. It is called having a crew of advisors. You know, Jesus had his disciples. Those are his advisors.
Yes.
Yeah. You need advisors.
Yeah. You do. You do. Like, when people tell me,
oh,
I'm
man.
Good.
That brings me to the comment that Chronicles of Virgo has said it helps people learn to take accountability. That's a hard one, because sometimes people don't even have an idea of what accountability is, because they're only consulting with the realest one they know.
Yeah.
And you're not going to contradict yourself unless you're in a place of understanding. When you're in a position where you have you actually grasp the concept of understanding, then you'll be like, you know what, that was messed up about me.
Yeah.
Dang, You know, I can place myself into this person's shoes
Exactly.
and say, hey, that is not cool. Or better yet, like it's empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Like people lack accountability because they lack empathy.
Yes.
They don't want to empathize with the other person at all. But you have to gain understanding. You may not agree with it. You don't have to agree with it. You ain't gotta co-sign. But allow yourself the space to understand where that person is coming from.
You won't.
No matter whether you agree with it or not. Just try to see how it works out.
Yeah.
Maybe a good thing. You know?
Exactly.
You may, like Chronicle said, learn accountability.
Yeah. That is so true, because it's like, why would I tell myself I'm wrong? What I look like saying you weren't wrong for robbing that grocery store. You needed the money. Why should I go give it back? Hell, I ain't getting that money back. It's mine now. So yes, take accountability for your own action. Shout out to Chronicles of Virgo. I'm gonna be on her show Saturday. That's my girl. But yes, take accountability for your own actions, because it's like so many people don't do that, and then they try to sit there and figure out, like, what am I doing wrong? But I'm not doing nothing wrong. But maybe I need to talk to somebody. No, I don't need to talk to nobody. I talked to myself this morning. I'm good. I prayed to God. He said it's okay, so let me keep it moving.
He's not. He is not co-signing to that. He believes in the rod of correction. Come on, better rod for the child is more than just the actual rod. That's the rod of correction, which means consequences for your actions.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh man.
And they're not coming when you think they are. They're gonna come at the worst time possible. Everything gonna be going right in your life, and it's gonna hit you boom after boom after boom, and you like, what is going on?
Oh,
you remember when you did that 3 months ago?
I was like, God, hey, like,
it's time, buddy.
Hey, I was messing about me back then. Now you,
I'm
see where you're coming from,
like, look, they call it. They call it karma. They call it karma. I call it God.
Oh,
I call it God.
Give it to you. He gonna let you.
He gonna get it. He gonna give it to you. It's when you ain't ready. Yeah, that's like, look, that's like when I was 8 years old. You do something in school, you get home. I'm gonna get you when I get home. You get home, 3 hours go by. Oh, mama done forgot. She gonna wait till you go to sleep and whop, it's over for you.
For sure. My mom lifted up the bed on me one time. Like, she had this superhuman strength. She was like, because I had a football, I was a cheerleader at the time, and I had a football game, and I had said something popped off at the mouth of the car. So, while I'm driving, cool. I get to the house. Yeah. I slid under the bed. And she was like, oh, you think you sleep? Oh, go put me straight.
Listen.
I said, oh my God, let me just take you sleep. Let me take them. Oh my God.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be the worst time. Yes. You thought I forgot. Bring it here. Bring it here. So now I got one more question for you, ma'am. Just one more question. Why do we give up so easily in life?
Fear.
Why do we give up so easily in life?
I know.
Wait a minute, not in the bathtub. I'm sorry. Hold on, not in the bathtub. That's,
oh my God. That's
you
rough.
wet? You wet? Oh my goodness.
The water
all she needed to do was put baby oil on you. You in the tub, you wet, baby oil. Whoo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, okay, never mind. She said fear. We go. She said fear. Okay.
You know, Marianne Williamson said it best, you know, as far as, you know, our inadequacies. It's because we are fearful that we're more powerful than we really are.
Yeah.
So it is really leaning in to that fear. just a small example. Like I used to work at Singular Wireless, so of course this is before the days of AT&T. So I used to work at Singular Wireless, and they had I think it was 2G or 3G. It was 3G data cards that were going into the laptops that were giving people access to where they had wireless on their laptops, right? Nobody in the store wanted to learn how to activate those things because they were new. They hadn't worked out all the bugs, but nobody wanted to touch them. I was like, listen, y'all missing out on $100 a pop. Let me figure out how to do this. So instead of saying, oh, no, I'm not going to do it because that's, whatever. No, let me figure out. Like I took the time. It took a long time. But figure out how this works and make sure that I lean into it and get it done. Because it was going to only help my pocket at the end of the day. So, but it is literally taking an opportunity and learning how to overcome an obstacle. So it is, all right, a lot of people when it comes to even with school, oh, when I finish my bachelor's degree, I'm never going back to school, blah, blah, blah. Then next you know, you in school again, working on a master's. Better yet, probably them be, oh, I got my master's degree. Oh no. Because in my mind, I thought, oh man, a doctor is so hard. Like that's a lot of writing. Like, oh my gosh, like why would I do that? You gotta lean in. And now that I'm in it, I'm still like, oh my God. But I'm here now. You gotta lean in. So people quit because of fear. And you just gotta keep going. Like no matter how tumultuous your circumstances are, you got Steve Harvey said it. You already in hell. You might as well keep on going. Might as well. And people quit right before their breakthrough. I know you're exhausted. We talked about being tired. I know, I personally have been in places, even though a lot of people lean on me for spiritual guides. Y'all, I've been going through my own stuff. Like, let me go ahead and tell y'all. But within that, you find your strength to be like, okay, things are crazy, but let me lean in. Let me crawl. Because some days you're going to crawl. Movement, and God's timing is always perfect. So as long as he sees your diligence, Hebrews 10:35-36 says it's not your confidence, it's your endurance. And once you've conquered that endurance, then you're going to receive your blessing. So it's like you have to keep going. Just keep going. Don't quit. It's hard. It's tough. You're going to have a moment where you're going to be like, all right, I need a water break. Cool. Great. The game ain't over. You only in third quarter. You got a whole another quarter to finish.
Yeah. I'm telling you. And that's where, like you said, we give up right before our breaking point. And us as people, we want things given to us, or we want things to be so easy. If it was so easy, we will all be happy, rich, and floating on rainbows. But that's not the life that we live in. Why is rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I love that man. But he always said, why do you deserve anything? Why do you deserve this? Why do you deserve that? It's not that you deserve anything. You need to earn everything that you have. You need to work for. Because the thing is, this platform that I have right here, a lot of people are looking, oh, that's awesome podcast. It's so easy to do. It's something that, is so simple, right? You don't know what I had to go through to get to where I'm at today. I'm over 100 episodes into this. You have no idea the amount of work it takes to do stuff like this. You have no idea the pain, the time, the sleepless nights that each and every successful person in life has had to go through to get to where they at. All we see is the fame, the glam, the money, the cars, the houses. That's what that's what they want us to see. But they don't show us the mud that they had to crawl through, all the nights that they had to stay up, didn't eat, didn't sleep. I remember TDJ said when he started his church, he had to wash his suit in the washing machine, going to church with a ripped up suit, paying his employees before he ever got paid, because it was within him to do this. So he said, I can't quit, I can't stop. He would feed his kids before he ever ate. So people don't see the mud that you got to crawl through. People don't see the hard times that you got to go through to get to where you're at in life today. But you see the car on there, right? You see the money. I ain't gonna flash, but you see the money that I got, right? You see all the bling and all of that stuff. You see what I want you to see, but you didn't see what I had to go through to get to where I'm at. And that's the part that sucks, because now you want to ask me how I got to where I'm at. I can tell you how I got here, but that don't mean you have the same mentality that I have to endure the pain that I had to go through, the crying, the tests, the trials, and all of that to get to the same spot. But just know, you're not going to get to the same spot that I'm at. You might land somewhere differently, but it blows my mind. People want it so easy. It's not a microwave. Put a hot pocket in there and it's ready in a minute. It don't work like that.
It's what I'm hearing.
My soapbox. I'm on a soapbox.
Yes. What I'm hearing is it takes a lot of soul work.
Give it to me.
To really dig in and get things accomplished in your physical. Yes. And we both work out. Yes. That soul work compared to that physical work, that soul work is way it's telling you harder. But being able to have that analogy of the gym, it gives you more perspective on your soul work. So it's like, if you're able to, and that's the reason why I'm so big on fitness. It's like, if you're able to bust out an extra 5 pounds or 10 pounds on your bar, why can't you sit down and have a moment of meditation to really sort through your thoughts and your emotions? And I can't hear you. Okay. But, taking the time to sort through your emotions. As TD Jakes, because I've heard that story too. TD Jakes had a lot of tears. He had to sort through his emotions to be able to conquer them, to make sure that he continued to stick forward on his mission. Yeah. And that's do the real work. That is real work. Because if your soul is not intact, you can't compete. Yes. You can't compete or do anything. Definitely. You can't complete anything. You have to be able to say, okay, my soul is not intact. What is it that I need to do to get my soul intact? And once you get that, then you can get the houses and the cars. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take time. You may go broke, but you got this. God gave you this vision, and he gonna give you the provisions. But he's also going to give you character building instances in that process. You have to be groomed to do that type of stuff. And it's like, especially, we're called to speak to masses. So since we're called to speak to masses, we have to have a certain demeanor to where we don't allow things to knock us off our game. The average person, though, they couldn't even do it. At all. They like, once you get punched in the face, yes, trust the process. Once you get punched in the face, and it's like, ain't nobody tell me it's gonna be like this. Let me go on back over here with everybody else. That's the problem. You ain't built for this. You ain't ready for this. So when you get thrown in the jungle and you see them lions, them tigers, and them bears coming at you, are you gonna fold under that pressure, or you gonna climb up that tree? Which one are you gonna do? I mean, you got a limited amount of time. So
you have to figure out, not 20 years later, but you have to figure out today, I'm going to do this. And when you tell yourself you're going to do this, you have to stick with it and stick by it. Wake up and, like I told you, I tell myself I got to go to the bathroom. Or I will drink a ton of water at night before I go to bed. I'll get up around the same time every morning because my body knows, like, okay, he about to drink this, so I'm going to wake him up about 3:30. He going to go to the bathroom. He going to get up, and then he going to, go on with his day. Because it's like, for me, I got to start my day early. I can't lay in the bed past 6 o'clock in the morning. Even on vacation, people call me crazy, but it is what it is.
You're just attuned to it, right?
I won't stay in the bed past
I mean,
I just will not.
Even when it comes to like working out,
exactly.
Like, I used to be an afternoon work person that worked out because I worked full time for a company, and then I was just like, oh yeah, I can do this afternoon stuff. But no, when I got a taste of that early morning workout situation, you just get addicted to it because it's like it sets a tone for your whole entire day. Like, you feel like you can accomplish like so much more. Now there are plenty of days when it comes to that, you'll be like, oh, I don't feel like it, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and give a line from my mom. If you ain't sick,
I mean, hey, I say it like this: if you ain't sick, dead, or dying, you can go. Because you give it to me, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just flip it every single time you give an excuse. I'm gonna flip it. Oh, well, my tire flat. Well, hey, let's go for a run.
I forgot my headphones today.
I forgot my headphones. Like, they play music in the gym. What's up?
Like, I'm gonna have to listen to house music today.
Hey, look, if that be the worst feeling, you dig in that bag and you like, wait a minute, hold on. Dang, I forgot my headphones. Well, let me turn up the Katy Perry today because we got work to do. Because, hey, I'm not about to turn around with that pre-workout in my body, jittering and shaking. It's not. Exactly. Like, I can jump over the moon. I'm about to do something in here, and then I'll go home. So, yeah, it's like you just got to be so determined and focused and driven. And it's like, I also tell people, like, put on a alarm. You put on an alarm for, let's say you want to get up at 5 to go. You put on an alarm at 5, 5:05, 5:10. Like, then you just put it every minute to the point where you're so irritated that you're like, man, let me just get up. Like, I'm going to keep hearing it, but you're going to keep that pillow going to be so soft. That bed going to be so warm and comfy. It's going to feel like somebody cuddling you that you ain't never had cuddle you before. And it's going to say, just wait one more minute. And that minute turn into an hour, and you wake up and you late for work. Get up, do what you gotta do. It ain't even gotta be the gym, good people. It can just be life, period. When you tell yourself you gotta do something, you gotta go out here and do it. You gotta tell yourself and be determined that I'm focused and I'm driven, and nothing can stop me. Nobody can stop me. Not even myself can stop me. Push yourself and do everything that you need to do. Let me, hold on.
Yeah, it's the intention. You wake up every morning intentional.
It's coming out.
Be intentional. And actually follow through with your intention. No, stop lying to yourself. Like, for real. Stop lying to yourself. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. That's a bet, because people do that all the time. You sit here and tell me that, yeah, man, you said yesterday you was going to get up and you was going to eat that salad, but that salad don't wilt it. So what you going to do now? I guess I'm going to go buy me another salad. Okay. Well, you just wasted $5, but hey, you got it, boss. But come on. I feel like write it now. To me, write it down. Write it down. That way, it's like a checklist. You can check it off. You can cross it out and do what you need to do. Because to me, if I work out and I wrote that down and I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna eat a salad or whatever that day, and I cross it out, I feel accomplished. Not only do I feel accomplished that I did what I said I was going to do, I crossed it off my list. So now tomorrow I can achieve another goal. It don't even matter how small it is. Just have some type of goal to do something to motivate you. You got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, but you can't start if you just lay in the bed and don't want to get up.
Right.
And I can't, and I won't.
Depression gets a lot of people in that mode, though. And it's like
nowhere.
One thing about depression, and I think most people have experienced it in some shape, form, or fashion. Right? Like, I'm a high functioning depressant. Like, if I'm in depression, I'm high functioning. Like, if you're never gonna know it. Never. Absolutely never gonna know it. So it's like, except my trusted advisors, they be like, oh man, I'm going through it. But the outside will never know it, because you're not supposed to give them that in the first place. But like, when you are going through depression, you're gonna have to come to a point where you're just like, I gotta do something. I gotta do better. Internally you're feeling so down, and you're just like white, but like, you have to make a decision. Last September for me, I was just like, okay, I done dropped the weight. Let me get in the gym. I got to build this muscle. So that one day, made a decision, went to the gym, joined, did not stop, and have not stopped. And it's going on 2 years now. So it's like, you gotta like, it's rough, people. I get it, rough, but you
have to.
Start.
I'm telling you, but you gotta start somewhere. Like, it's not gonna be given to you. And it's like, for me, I started weightlifting competitions. I did my first one in 2021. My second one was last year. I'm doing another one. My goal is to do 2 to 3 this year. You gotta start somewhere and have a plan in place. You can't build a building without a foundation.
People ain't ready for that prep life.
The foundation.
When you like 10 weeks out and you eating up broccoli, brown rice, every meal, only drinking water and gallons of water a day.
That right.
Your supplements are crazy.
Water? You in the bathroom every 5 minutes?
Yeah. Like, they not, but that's discipline.
Feel like
that's
your kidneys about to pop.
That takes it to a whole nother level when you want to challenge yourself. Not everybody do that. Some people just want to be fit. That's your goal.
Exactly. Very true. Very true. And I mean, it's also willpower too, because you need that, definitely. So just knowing that you have the willpower, we all do. But what are you going to do with yours when the time comes? Where I think it was a show or a movie or something I had watched one day. It might have been non-fictional, but it spoke to me, where it was a mother and her daughter. They got in a car accident, and the mother got out, but the daughter was stuck in the car, and the car caught on fire. And like, she called ambulance, they take it forever to get there. For some reason, she picked the car up and got the baby out. That, to me, like I said, it might have not been real, but whatever. If it was, it was. But it's the willpower that she had to tell herself, I'm getting my baby out of this car. And whether I die, I'm getting her out of this car. She did die, but the baby survived. So you tell yourself, this is my plan. This is what I'm about to do. All it takes is 21 days of doing something consistently.
That lifestyle is different. And I would only hope to praise out the hope in humanity to awaken. There's a lot of us that are like, okay, we woke, but we also see other people and they look like, they not even ready for the conversation. Like, and only hope that they would get it, because like, again, those ain't our assignments. They're not. And maybe it may be a seed planting moment in that assignment. We may just plant a seed and somebody else gonna water it. You know what I'm saying? But like, it is really taking in, knowing that, hey, I need to get the will to achieve this. I need the willpower to get through this. I can do this. Positive affirmations. Speak nice to yourself. Talk to yourself nice.
Exactly.
Talk to yourself real.
Thank you. Tell yourself you look good today. Something. I can do this. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. One positive word of encouragement from yourself can drive your entire day, good people. So, Miss Jennifer, we done dove deep. We done put some Band-Aids on top of some wounds. So I would like for you to give out 2 pieces of advice to the people that are listening.
About not giving up. Don't forget why you started. And when you forget why you started, find that motivation from when you set out for this goal. Then get that motivation and turn it to discipline, because that's what it will take. Remember why you started and create that. Once your motivation runs out, you need that discipline to get it done. And don't quit on yourself, because like, you're your biggest advocate, you're your biggest fan. You, at the end of the day, you have to encourage yourself. Like, because you can sit in there and try to get for external people, like give you your kudos. Don't expect that. Do it for yourself. You don't do it for nobody else. Do it for yourself. Prove something to you. You against you. That's the main reason why I'm always like, I don't have to compete with nobody. I'm in my lane. I know everything.
Just the
about
person
me,
in the mirror, person
me.
looking back.
So with that said, I am competing against the me of yesterday.
I'm telling you.
So just strive to continue to do better, whatever that is.
Yes,
so remember why you started. Get that discipline.
Definitely. Thank you. Look, I'm gonna use that because tomorrow.
At least I had leg day.
Back.
Leg day
so,
makes I'm throw up. Like
that was today. That was today. Listen, I almost passed out this morning. Like I ain't had nobody behind me, but God, Like, so yeah. So Miss Jennifer, please tell people where they can find you if they want to reach you, talk to you, holler at you, all that.
Life Coach J Black. Also, you can find my website is blacklightcoaching.com, where we do everything executive wellness and life coaching. And yeah, just reach out. Also, you can check out my podcast, which is called Tell Them Why You Mad, Sis. Speak What You Really Feel. Where we could dive into so many different topics: business, relationships, personal development. So just all major platforms. Check it out. Thank you so much, Antonio, for having me. I appreciate the invitation. It's been amazing having a conversation with you. Energy. It's the energy for me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I tell people, come on here. I'm your best friend that you never knew you needed. So, we go in here, we laugh, we joke, we have a good time. So, good people, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Share, like, follow, do all of that good stuff. I'm going to put the information in the comment section. Y'all know where to get it at. All